Okay, we got a problem going on here. And that is if I clunk my coffee cup down, you know, the clunk that sort of gets rid of the title of the episode. Well, if I clunk it down, it could accidentally jar something loose that my holder downer is holding down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it down very carefully, and I'm going to dub in the clunk. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do, right? Now, I don't want you to think that all the clunks you've heard in the past are dubbed in clunks. They are genuine. The real McCoy. Okay. Now, how did we get to this place? Well, let's get into the rollback. Oh my goodness, we might get a sunrise this morning. We might get a sunrise. Yeah. Okay. We haven't had one for about 4 days. Well, that's not exactly true. We did have the sunrise. We just couldn't see it, right? Anyway, let's go for the rollback. I was sitting here at my computer and I was just dragging and dropping the final edit of episode 1024 onto YouTube's upload center. And yeah, in my monitor just above the computer, I see an Amazon truck pulling up. Our tweezers are here, I thought to myself. Anyway, I figured as long as I gotta go get 'em, I may as well meet 'em at the door.
Hello, Amazon. How are you? Good, how are you? Pretty good. Oh, yeah. There you go, thank you.
Now, in order to make our rollback a little bit more interesting, let's have a package opening. Everybody likes a package opening, right? Well, almost everybody. Okay, as you can see from the clock, time has marched on here this evening. And yeah, let's just quickly open this and we know what tweezers look like. I had hoped to, get the little ladder in place here yet this evening, so we'll see what happens. Okay, they look a lot like the other ones. And I don't think we need to try them out in our little locking blocks. I'm almost positive they're going to work. Okay, let's recompose here and see if we can get a ladder in place. Okay, I just want to do a dry run here. Alright, now I think if I was to put a little bit of CA right where it's resting against the platform here, isn't there supposed to be some kind of railing that would go around that? Maybe it's yet to be put on. I wonder, would it be better to put it on now? Let me just check the manual here. Well, I just checked the manual there, and it's strangely enough, there is nothing that at least not yet. So that's odd, isn't it? Now I'm just sort of eyeballing it here where I think the stringers are going to rest. Okay, let's quit while we're ahead. Probably gonna have to touch it up later. Okay. I wonder, did I maybe have to pull the bottom out just a little bit here. There. Okay. Let's leave that alone. Okay, I'm just sort of debating here now. Do I try and put a little bit of CA right at the bottom there where the stringer touches the deck, or am I just going to end up making a mess? Because if I don't touch it or brush anything against it, it's not going to come off. And it'll look a lot better if I don't get it all messed up down there. Okay, I did take off that brace. So I'm going to have to be really careful now that I don't allow cords coming down to the camera to catch on anything here. Okay, now the reason I took it off is because it came pretty much directly in line where our E4 has to go. It has to go right here. So now our E4, it has to have just a little tiny bend, and the bend does not come at a post. It comes pretty much right where the tweezer is there, and it's going to go right here, and then there's our little bend just goes like this. So I'm just going to bend it off camera. I'm just going to use the Tamiya nippers here, or no, not the nippers, the photo edge bender. Yeah, I'm just going to do this off camera. Okay, now I'm pretty sure this is dust. No, it's not. What is that? What am I getting on there? Oh, yeah, it is dust. Okay, we got it. All right, now we're just going to do a dry run here. Sorry about my fingers. Come on, Ron. Maybe you're getting tired. Well, you know, I don't think I've got the angle right for that other piece anyway. Well, yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, I think if I put the holder downwards on there, and that'll be okay. But there should be a railing that comes around here. You know, on the real ship, I'm sure there would be. Otherwise, people would be falling off onto the... Yeah. Now, I don't want to glue the holder downer to the deck. I'm just going to do the end here. And the other one. Okay, now we'll let that cure. Now, it is right now almost 8:31. I'm going to call it a night, and we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning, and it is more than time to remove our holder downer here. Now, okay, these things here that yesterday I was calling deck 10 colored thingies or something like that. But actually, the words I was looking for was like yard arm or a boom. I thought that's what they were. But apparently, they're something different. One of the viewers sent us a comment, and yeah, they were apparently storage tubes for the barrel cleaning equipment. I didn't think that that's what they were, because the ones on the Bismarck were shaped a lot different. Now, apparently, the book has the. I'm assuming he means John Roberts' book. I haven't checked it. We'll do that later today, unless I forget. Anyway, enough about these storage tubes. Yeah, deck 10 colored thingies. Okay. When I made the holder downer, this is just a pin. I'm going to put my macro lens on and get in a little closer, and I'll show you what I did. Now, I know I talked about this way back when we were doing the Bismarck, but this pin is specially formed on the end. Right now it's acting as a hook, but there's no hook on the top of it. Now, I'll show you why. Just let me get the macro lens on here. Okay, right now I have the macro lens adjusted for sharpness, not for depth of field. So we probably have a little bit of what you might call bokeh, or if you want to use the North American word, bokeh, going on. In other words, the foreground and background is kind of blurred out. I'm about as sharp as I can get here without putting on the super macro. However, if you will notice on that pin head, I'm going to try to very carefully pull it back. Right now it's acting as a hook, and the hook is down, and it's pulling back on the railing. Now I'm just going to very carefully here, I'm taking and holding onto the plier, and you should be able to see it is pulling back. Okay, now I haven't glued there yet. I just want to put a little bit of glue there, and we'll use the CA thin, so it will set very quickly, because I do want to get on here today. Anyway, yeah, the pin head is, and forgot the most important part. The reason that the pin head is filed off on the top is so that when you lift it up and it bumps against the other railing, like let's say I go to pull it up, and when I pull it back, oops, it slipped here. This is so delicate. Okay, so and I am so clumsy. So when you pull it back, it will slip off and it won't catch. Now that was my plan way back when we were doing the Bismarck, and I found it worked really, really well. Okay, let's get ourselves recomposed here, and pull it back like that. Now I was just thinking, if I was to put it on the next rail up, I don't think it's going to, I'm holding my breath here. I don't think it'll bend the rail. And in that way, and it'll still hold it down, in that way when I come in from behind with my applicator, which I am just getting ready here now. Oops, I bumped the pliers. Story of my life here. Now I want to come in from behind. Just get that post there. I kind of got it on the deck, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I got that post. Okay, let that cure. You know what, I think I did bend that rail slightly. We'll have to watch and see if when I take the holder downer off, is it going to straighten itself out, like spring back. We have had an accident. Yep, we've had an accident. And here's what happened. I was wondering, I wonder how this would look with the super macro. So when I'm setting everything up, I badly banged the pliers, which in turn pulled our railing off, and then the holder downer flipped over a little bit, I guess, to the left, and knocked our ladder off that I put on yesterday. Yeah, now I'm just going to go ahead and fix this off camera, get it done. I think I should be able to do it in about an hour, and that'll include, touching up with paint and what have you and everything I need to do. And in it should look good at arm's length. At least that's the plan. Okay, I'm going to put this back on. Very, very gently now. Try and get it back in the same place as it was before. Okay. Now, I did get the ladder and the railing put back on. I realize you're too far back. You can't see it, but the ladder actually looks better than it did before because I've straightened the treads out a little bit. They were a little bit on the crooked side. The railing is not quite as good as it originally was, but looking at it from the distance that I'm at right now, it looks okay. I think once the paint and everything dries, we'll take a closer look. But I wanted to get this back on just so that, I can feel it with my arm if I'm getting too close to the wrong place. Now, the next place that we have to do anything is back here. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to have to apologize to that viewer who commented and said that those deck tan colored things were, gun cleaning storage tubes. I've been through the book here. I cannot find it. I can find stuff that looks like this right here. But what's interesting is that, yes, we got our Jacob's ladders. These ones right here. And these single lines, like these little things here, we're wondering, how they go and so on. They just sort of hang down beside the ladder. And you know what they're called? They're called lizards. Yeah. No. Who would have thought that? I would have never guessed that. Okay. So if that viewer could maybe comment and say where in the book, because I just can't find it. And I'm curious, and I spent a few minutes here now. There's a lot of stuff in this book, and it's quite possible that obviously I've missed it. So yeah, let's move on and see if we can get another railing or something on today yet. Now, a few minutes ago, I was just checking out our tweezers here, and they're going to have to be adjusted to work in this block, because if you pull it back, they don't quite close, so they're going to have to be bent together just very, very slightly. Now, I want to say these are not the quality that these ones were. You can tell when you're looking at close up at it at the I was going to say machining, but it's not machining, it's grinding when they ground the tips, so that it's much more crude, Whereas these ones here, everything was a little bit more precise. So I just thought I'd mention that if somebody was thinking of getting a set of tweezers. I can't remember what these cost. I know they were quite inexpensive. I think that these were cheaper, but then on the other hand, they're a lot cheaper made too. However, they're going to be just fine for what we want. So yeah, after a little adjusting here, and that's not rocket science. Okay, just thought I'd mention that. They're not the same. I thought these were going to be exactly the same, only with a different name on it, but they're not. Okay. Okay, we got our ladder. We got our E3, the E4, and we've repaired the E4 and painted it, and the paint is drying, and it's looking pretty good actually. Okay, now we've got to do the E5, and it drops down right here beside this boat. And I was just checking on the model, and this boat is very close to the edge. Might give us a bit of a problem. Okay, you see this light area? That's sunshine. Yeah, the sun is about almost as low as it's going to get. What do we got? 3 more days, and it's going to be the shortest day of the year. See, I guess we want this one here. Okay, now maybe we'll find a different background here so we can look at this. You can see here that the this post is a lot closer to the end. Well, let me reposition here. Okay, so what I had started to say was you can see that this piece of railing is shorter, this section is shorter than this one here. So we don't want to be bending it the wrong way. I think that, okay, now this, what we're looking at here, it's kind of an oddball jog. It doesn't seem to, this almost looks like it's drawn for no, it's, oh yeah, I see what's going on there. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it has to go like this. All right, so we make a bend at this post to come out. Yeah, I'm looking at the model now and I can see why it's like that. Then yeah, if we bend them at the posts, it should be just right. That only makes sense. I mean, why would they, make it so it's not going to work out for you, right? Okay, enough thinking out loud here. Okay, I just sort of eyeballed this and bent it the way I thought it should go. And we're probably going to have to do a little adjusting here. Yeah, this angle right here is a little bit too steep. So we'll straighten that out a little bit. And that means then we'd have to bend this one a little bit more this way. Let's just do that and see what happens. Now, I think if I just squeeze it in my fingers here, it'll straighten it out that way. And then this one will go back this way. Now this should work. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty close. I think if we get the holder downer on it, that's okay. I'm not discouraged or anything here. I know I do a lot of sighing and groaning, but now I got it the wrong way up. It's not going to go at all. I should have left well enough alone, right? Probably going to have it all bent out of shape now. You know, a person has to be so careful that you don't release your tweezer when you've got the tweezer between two rails. That's why I try to either grab it from just the top, like top rail, or else just the bottom rail. Okay, let's just see if I can get the holder downer on it and reposition. Once again, thinking out loud here. You know, I get such a kick out of seeing how much of this I can actually do on camera. Now, is the angle right enough to catch this without pulling it off? It might not be steep enough. If I grab it in there. Oh, it's coming off on this end now. Alright, now if I can just come back just a little bit more here. So that rail, this end of it, the right end of it is right. I'm not worried about the left side of it. We'll try and get the right side adhered. Then we'll try and get this part stuck on the right place, and then we can adjust the middle later. At least that's the plan. So let me get a little bit of CA going here. And try not to bump anything. Okay. Now I'm hoping it wicked its way up the post, and the post is now gluing itself to the splinter rail. At least it looks like it more or less is. You can probably see it a lot better than I can, even though we're not using the macro lens right now. Now, about 5 minutes ago, I did add a little bit more CA to the post there, and this is the curing agent. I just want to see if it's going to mark anything or what's going to happen. Oh, I won't do that again. I won't do that again. I'm hoping that when that evaporates, it's gonna, color's gonna change back. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, it's gonna change back. Well, one thing's for sure, it's cured. Now let's very, 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 very gently here try and remove our holder downer. There we go, and let's move it over to the post on the complete opposite end. Okay, I just put in a fresh battery, and I'm hoping when I did that I didn't move my camera because I had everything adjusted just right. Now, I wonder, what if I was to go in here, and that way, okay, now it might be a little bit, pressure might be a little bit too much. I'm just going to carefully pull back on the pliers. Now if we could get it to go just a little bit more to the left. There. Okay, now if I can, maybe that post should come back just a little bit. Right about there. Yeah, that's almost perfect. Now, I'm going to try not to bump anything. Okay, now our curing agent that stained the deck has evaporated, and I'm not seeing anything, so I'm going to try that again here. Okay. That should speed things up a little bit. And being as this is the CA thin, it's probably safe to remove our holder downer now already. Okay. Now, can we push this in here? You know, I should maybe reposition the camera because it's almost out of the field of view here. Now, what would be better? Would it be better to glue this one? No, we got to get this post here back. I'm going to reposition the camera here. Okay, I don't know if I made it better or worse. Got to push that in there. See, I don't want to lock it down there. Yeah, that post should be just a little bit more to the left, and it won't go to the left because it's glued to the splinter rail on the right end. Well, maybe we'll just see. I'd like the bottom rail to be on the other side of that lip. There's a bit of a lip on the edge of the deck there. Where's the? It's something to sort of push here. I guess that's not too bad. I think if we glue it there. Now, if the holder downer does glue on there. Okay, get that bottom rail glued down. And we'll just touch it with just a little tiny drop here. I think I did it. Yeah, it's cured. Okay. Now, so I think it is. Let me just check. Sort of. Okay, let's pull this one back now. Now, grab it on the bottom. Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. We're going to have to re-glue there. Whoops. Gotta make it a little bit. Oh, Ron. You're making a mess there. I'm trying to just get it in there. Okay, now it's pressed down. Whoops. Oh, it pulled out. That's not where I want it. That's not where I want it. Okay, let's just move this whole apparatus back here. Can I get it out? Now push the post in. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push it in and on the other side of that there. Now, it's in the right place all by itself. Okay, now we'll use our curing agent. I'm just squeezing it here, so I'm trying to get a little ball of curing agent on the end. Do you notice how it kind of backs up the okay. It's going to work that time, that's for sure. Now, can we pull this post back? Or is it going to be too tight? You know what? We're liable to have to just adhere it right where it is. I think we're just going to have to do it right there. I wonder if maybe if I was to go up on the next rail. Okay. Now I know that's not exactly right, but from arm's length, you're not going to see that. You know what? I just realized that this position is slightly out of focus. Sorry about that. Let's just fix that. I'm noticing that the holder downer is being glued to the post. That's not good. Let's try and get it out of there. Boy, that stuff is thin. I'm sure glad that paint goes back to the normal color afterwards. Okay, now I think maybe I should be just putting a little bit right there. Now, I don't think I need to put any curing agent there. Now, how about right here? Okay. Now, the middle section, we got to sort of get that. Now the reason I'm going one rail up instead of going right on the bottom is because I don't want to glue my holder downer to the deck. I think this one's going to go okay. Oh, I bumped the pliers again. Oh, run. Let's just take them out of there. Boy, that wicks fast. Oh, and by the way, the syringe that it's in, it's It hasn't plugged up. It's working perfectly. And what is that? Almost a month ago now we were doing this. Okay, the sides of the hull and this part right here is the number 22. Now the railing and the deck right here is the number 77. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just touch up the top here, and I know it's going to get down onto the, that I'm going to be getting it down onto the 22, but I want to cover up the glinting of the CA glue, and when this dries flat, we're not going to see it so much. At least that's the plan. Wonder if I got too much on there. Yeah, and then afterwards I'll go along that leading edge with the 22, and I can work my way up to it. And I think that'll work. Like, I know it looks pretty bad, right? But I think once I'm done, it'll look okay. No, I'm not real good at this. Some people are really good at this. Okay, let's just when that dries flat, I think it's gonna improve things. Okay, you can't see the clock, but right now it's 2:38 in the afternoon. I want to take a bit of a break here and do the final edit and upload to YouTube, and then maybe I'll work at this again this evening, and we will look at the repair job I did on the railing. You know what? I think I can take a couple of minutes right now, and I'll just show you the repair job I did on the railing. I can see it at a bit of an angle here, and it's not too straight. But anyway, enough talk. Let's just look at it, and then that's done. Okay, I just snapped some pictures here to show you the precarious setups that I sometimes go to in order to get these shots. And like I keep saying, it's kind of fun. Just let me move everything back just a little bit here. Okay, I did not need to do that bend. I could have left it go straight, and I believe that I could have gone sort of around the ends of those tubes. Anyway, it's done now, so. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.